Actually, we could still use it this way. It'll just be a little bit goofy. So all we really need to work with are this, that, and Shift H, and everything else. So I want to move this down to where it needs to be. So what we can do is, or actually what we need to do is mount it so that we can control this axis here. Duplicate that so it goes on the top here. That way we know where the location is going to be. Now we need to focus on this one. And add a, let's move the cursor there first. A cube. Just want to see what the distance is on this. That's about 22 millimeters. That's not too much. It's like on my other printer, if that was that much of a gap, it's a lot bigger of a gap there, and that wouldn't work. But this isn't too bad. We can actually work with this. So now we need to figure a way to attach this to this. One thing we can do is actually just print this as one solid part. And so what I'll do is move this down into that. That way it prints kind of solid there. And when you print this, you probably want to, it's best to print this with the round part as the X and Y so that it prints the hole better for the bearing, because that's usually the most difficult part to get accurate. So we can print that there. And how wide is this? 13. Let's go ahead and make it 15. And Y is 10. That should be alright. So what we need to do is make this so that it's like a spring tensioning. The belt's actually not going to be going through there at all. I'm going to duplicate this over and create a smaller one. I'm going to kind of do what I did with the other, or my model, and make little blocks up here. And I'm going to use 3mm bolts on this one, and 3 Allen cap, and 20, 10 by 10 by 10. Move that up here. Probably make this the same way I made the other one. Move that out a little bit there. Move that down a little bit. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to make this wider. Oh, the Y there. Still have room for the bolts. Same with this one. Okay, so we need to make cursor be selected. Go ahead and add another nut here. Size that up to normal. Oh, oops. And then add cylinder. And rotate 30 degrees. Make a match. Not that big. Straight out to the side. And we only wanted about the length of the nut. Oh, the width of the nut, you know what I mean. And so move this down. Size that up, make it a little bigger. Duplicate that. Excuse me. How this is going to work is we're going to put a spring on here, and the belt's going to wrap around this part, and so the belt will be tensioned to this side and this side. We're going to put one on both sides. And so I'm just thinking here. Join those together. Duplicate those. They are X is negative or positive, make it negative. So we got a copy there. Join those together. That's the top view. Copy those. And duplicate those and kind of line those up, those ones. Grab it that way. Okay, so that line goes to the center of the bolt there. We got those lined up just how they need to be. Can join all those together. So this isn't actually going to have 4 bolts going through, this is going to have 2, but I'm going to make bolt holes for both sides. And what I need to do next is create a cylinder, make sure it has the right amount of edges. And so this one I want to have about 3.5. Have enough length to go through everything here. And just duplicate it and move it to the cursors. Oops. Okay, so we got all 4 of those now. Join those together. Now we can do a boolean with cylinder. That looks right. Apply that. Do a boolean with this one. With cylinder. That looks right. Apply that one. So we got that. And add modifier. Boolean. Difference with cylinder 8. That looks right. So we got a place to put every nut for all of these. That's how it's going to look when it's done. And the only thing we have left to do is make a spot for the belt to latch on here. And to do that, I am going to create a cylinder. Actually, I'm going to set the origin to center mass, add a cylinder. Cursor is selected. Selected the cursor. Rotate that. Actually, rotate that this way. So that needs to be. Okay, quite good. 8. That's the inner diameter that we want it to be. We'll duplicate that. Size the duplicated one up to larger than the entire thing. And then I'm going to go and size this one up bigger than the entire thing there. Take this, add modifier, boolean, difference. Subtract this one from it. It's the cylinder. Apply. Oh, cat. Cat's walking by the microphone. What is it with cats, and why do they like being in the middle of whatever you're doing, no matter when it is? I've always wondered that. So make this just a little bit bigger than the belt. Hopefully the belt will squeeze in there. And then go like this. Difference, that's cylinder 8. And apply. And then we have a place for the belt to wrap around. And the part actually looks like an H. So when it's done, join those together. These will actually be over here. Make sure I just mirror them on the Y. These ones I can move out. It's probably going to be in that far. It's going to be about that far. So this one, this can be a bolt that's however long you want. So that they don't interfere with each other on each other hole. But I've already tested this out, this kind of setup, and it works pretty good. So this part's kind of a universal part. So now what we need to do is add modifier boolean union. This is box number 22. Apply. Get rid of the original model. Change the color on these. There we have the completed all the way model here. So now we can, I'm just going to join them together. Whoop, didn't want to do that. When you unhide something, everything gets selected for some odd reason. I don't know why it does that, but it does. Okay, I just want those selected and join those together. So what we can do is actually delete these. We can duplicate that, bring that there. Cursor is selected. Selected the cursor. Rotate Z, 180. And the center point for this got messed up. So what I need to do is line it up with this other one here. To make it easier for the next couple of copies. Okay, so this one. Zoom it as close as I can. Just to line it up exact with it. And being that the 3D cursor is there, we can set origin to 3D cursor. So now that one's centered there where it needs to be. So if we copy that one, it'll work properly. But let's fix this other one first. Cursor just selected to the spar. Set origin to 3D cursor. So that one's fixed too now. Let's duplicate this. Cursor just selected. Selected the cursor. Rotate Z 90. And we need to rotate X 180. That'll turn it upside down. So that will be going along that axis correctly. Duplicate that. Cursor is selected. Selected the cursor. Rotate Z 180. Turn that around. So everything's lined up where it needs to be. And we can color these black. Let's make a new color for them. Not all the way black, but pretty dark. And that one there. Name that belt so it's easier to find next time. You group those together. Duplicate that, line that up there. Duplicate that, duplicate that. Z 90. Kind of line this up where it needs to be. That's good. This one here. Line that up. And that looks good. Now we need to move this one and the other one down. lined up. Let's go into perspective mode. You can have a better look at this. Let's go ahead and change the background to a lighter color too. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot where to set that. That's in the user interface. That gets really complicated to change that. Anyway, so we have that so far. And it's looking pretty good so far. We just have to make the mounts for the Z-axis. We're going to have 2 of those, and then we're going to have the lead screws, 2 of those. And we need to get the other motor and then get all the bearings and pulley set up for this too. And it looks like it's going to be it for this one. It's kind of a longer one, but it's more in depth of making the things here. Anyway, stay tuned for the next part. Thanks.